Yeah, I think it's working now. Oh,
Okay.
it just took me back.
Oh,
Hang
is
in
it
there.
okay?
I've
Oh, it
got
says
our big.
meeting is now streaming live on Facebook. It just came up on mine.
There you go. I
Yay!
think we must be live finally. All right, there we are. I see us. All
And
right,
I'm
good
frozen.
morning, everyone. I'm Tina,
And I'm Priscilla.
and we are the Sensei Sisters,
Woo.
and we have a guest.
She's over there. This is our guest. She's an honorary sensei sister today. You guys, welcome. I can't talk. Christee Atwood. I mixed your whole name together.
I like it. Atwood. Okay, I like that.
Kind of like Brangelina, we
There
just.
you go.
Oh,
I shorten it to Catwood all the time.
I like that.
I did too.
Yeah. Manor. Catwood Manor. I am a fan of Catwood Manor and all of the cats.
Anybody want a free cat? Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah.
Thank you. I have a.
Christee fits in well with the Sensei Sisters because we're like all over the place and yeah.
Perfect. I love it.
To talk about her book, The Book of Me, today, and I was dumb and forgot to bring mine in the room with me. I had all this planned. I was going to bring it in and show y'all. There it is.
3D.
Woo!
Yay! Woo.
I have mine. My room. It's next to the bed.
Good place for it.
How are you doing today, Christee?
I am absolutely marvelous.
Hey, Shelly, thanks for watching.
Yay, Shelly!
Okay, so I'm frozen. Are you frozen, Priscilla?
No, I think I'm okay. I don't know. I'm on down.
I'm hardwired in, but I'm in Alexandria, Louisiana, and Hurricane Laura made our internet really weird. So if you suddenly see me freeze again or something like that, just wait. I'll be back.
I just hit the record button because the screen was freezing for me too, and so I said, "Well, we need to make sure we record this and have our backup plan in place."
Cool.
Yep.
All right.
So, Christee, what made you write The Book of Me? What inspired you?
This has been a really great process for me because actually I wrote this. It was not for anybody else. I was trying to create a planner for myself and a journal that would work for me because everyone I found had this little piece I liked or this little piece I liked, and none of them had all of it. So I ended up saying, okay, well, I'll design it for myself. And that's what I started doing. I just started creating the pages that would work for me. And then once I got through, I said, this kind of looks cool. I think other people might want to use this. So kept working on it and building on it. And the next thing I knew, I had a book. And it's just been kind of cool with it. And I had help from some wonderful people who gave me ideas on the design. One of them is one of your Sensei Sister followers, Lori Babin Walsh. She gave me some ideas on it. Of course, my husband gave me ideas. And so just kind of got it all put together so that it became all of the things that I needed. A planner, a place to put my great ideas, which you'll see this one is empty. I haven't been thinking a lot lately. It's got the place for the how to do your vision board, and then of course the plain journal pages too. So it just became everything I needed in one place.
Excellent.
I love the way that kind of organically evolved. That's so cool.
Yeah. It was really neat. And like even the pictures on the front are from my own vision board. Those are pictures of items from around my house that I photographed and then used some art programs and stuff to turn them into little artworks. So those are actual things. That's one of my little pins that has a heart. This is my pin that I wear almost all the time, the little dragonfly pin, because I'm trying to make a difference in the world. That's my legacy pin, and that's my little collection of books and things because I like to write books and stuff.
Oh, that's awesome. I was going to say one of my favorite things about the Book of Me is that you can put your own dates in it because I have this bad habit of procrastinating. So when we first got the book, I told Priscilla, I said, I'm not going to start yet. I want to start at the beginning of the month and it's like the 16th or whatever. So I'm going to start on the 1st. Well, the 1st came and went and I didn't start. And then the 1st came and went and I didn't start. And so I was finally, like several months in, I finally started my first month and I thought, this is really cool. And then stuff started happening in the family and I was distracted. And I took a month off and then I went back to it and started again on the first. And I love that. I love that you can just pick up where you left off. And it kind of reminds me a little bit of the same concept of a Franklin planner in that you can continue on like where you left off the previous day. I don't know if that makes sense if you've ever seen those Franklin Covey plans.
Yeah, I used to teach those classes.
Did you? That's
Yes.
awesome. Yeah. So it's the same thought process and I used to use the Franklin Covey all the time in the corporate world.
Me
But
too.
this to me is like the touchy-feely Franklin planner. Planner, if you
I
know what I mean.
love that description. I may steal that. I'll give you credit. I like that idea. Yes. And yes, I love the fact the pages are not dated because I'm really good for a while and then I'll fall off. And it's like, I don't want a book that's half empty, you know? So that made me a lot happier having it like that. So I don't feel like I've failed if I missed a day, you know?
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yes, I do. I love that feature too. For the same reason, because I'll have whole days where it's just crazy and I miss, a day and I can't get back to it. One of the things, Christee, that I love are the little questions to get you thinking at the bottom of the one page. Are those questions you have asked yourself, or are those questions other people have asked you? How did you come up with those?
Those were ones that I've thought about over time. I just kept collecting questions because one of my themes for life is about the quality of the questions that you ask. And
Mm.
I really believe that if I ask myself the right questions, I'm going to get information that's going to make me stronger, as opposed to just, well, like my journals in years past were basically just going over the same things and whining and stuff like that. So this was something that I started doing to try to make myself go in the right direction and use my journal like therapy. And it helped me a lot
Mhm.
because it would actually ask me those questions of the things that I had found as themes in my life or things that I realized I needed to work on. And it's really, it has helped me keep a positive slant to my journals as opposed to before.
I like that. I told Priscilla this a couple of weeks ago, one of the John Maxwell quotes that I like so much. I'm a John Maxwell fan.
He's
And
good.
he says, good leaders ask great questions. And I'm a very questioning person. And so we laugh about that in the family because if somebody has to go to the doctor, I say, here's what you should ask them. And I write down questions.
Question Meister. I like that. That's you.
Can you just tell the people who are listening, because Priscilla and I, of course, have the book and we've had the privilege of reading it and working through it. But can you give some of the questions, the examples of questions?
Oh, I'd love to. I love to. Do I worry too much about what others think? The answer for me is yes, but I'm trying to get away from it. Let's see here. How can I focus on what I have rather than what I lack? That's one of those gratitude things that we talk about a lot in gratitude journals, and I wanted to be sure that I kept thinking about that. I don't know if you hear that in the background. That is a cockatoo screaming. I just wanted you to know that nobody's being killed. I'm sorry. I am a sensei sister at heart, you realize. Okay.
You're just like us.
Do I fear change? Do I fear change, and do I let that hold me back? I think that's a big one nowadays. And I'm finding that that's a big deal nowadays with this new way of communicating. People are saying, oh, I can't communicate with anybody anymore. And you're like, yeah, you can. You got to be willing to try new tools like this. So yeah. And then of course things like, why would I be a wonderful rich person? That was one that was important to me to remind me of what I would do were I rich. It hasn't happened yet, and we're not in any danger of it happening in the near future. But I do want to tell you, I would be a great rich person.
Have you ever read the book by Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich?
What was that?
Have you ever read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon?
Yeah, and I thought and thought and thought, and I still wasn't rich. I don't get it. Uh-oh, I think I froze again. Hold on, let me put on this. Oh, there we go. Ah, there it goes. Cool. Okay.
There you go. Yeah, you Somebody told me one time, you should read the book Think and Grow Rich. You would love it. And I said, tell me what it's about. And they said, well, it's all about the power of positive thinking and thinking about the wealth that you can have. And I said, I don't think I would like that because I'm not really focused on money at all. I mean, I've never been focused on money. That's part of my problem. And they said, yeah, but it would be good for you if you wanted to have money to give away. And I said, well, now you have my attention.
And that's what I would love that. Wouldn't that be so cool to be able to go eat someplace and just like slip $1,000 tip and just get out fast so they wouldn't know? That'd be so much fun.
Like the Venmo challenge on TikTok, huh, Priscilla?
Yeah.
Y'all do TikTok? I haven't
We
done
do
it.
TikTok.
She's better TikTok than me.
Here are two of the grown ladies that the teenagers are complaining about on TikTok.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Mhm.
Christy, are you on TikTok?
No, I'm not. I haven't been on there yet. I'm just, I'm slow.
We
I,
Go through the book of me on TikTok.
maybe I need to do that one.
That would be a great source for you, I think.
Yeah, I think I might need to check that out. Right now, I'm just having enough challenge trying to get my app online. I have been fighting with this app for so long.
Great segue. Go with it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I've been trying to get this app going, and any day now, I just got another text back from Apple and all that. But it's kind of cool the way it's going to do it, because what I'm trying to do with that is like create a community, sort of well, kind of like a Facebook in a way, but a friendly Facebook where nobody gets to be mean. It's nice people, and we're all on there for self-development. And so that's what I'm aiming for with this. So basically, it'll have community features, and it'll have uh, post and daily inspirational stuff and everything like that that I love doing, but just have it an easier way for people to get to it. And I thought that'd be so much fun.
That sounds fun. We're very technology oriented, I guess.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, Priscilla and I was saying that the other day, that we have this thing where we like to write like to-do lists and check things off, but we also like electronics and stuff like that. So we kind of do a combination of the both. And so that would give us an opportunity to do that with the Book of Me. That's awesome.
That's cool.
We already have a comment from Shelley asking, where can I buy a book?
Amazon is our friend. Go on there. You put the Book of Me, Atwood, or something like that. Just whatever search term.
And we're going to put a link in the comments too.
Oh, that's even better. Then they won't have to search.
I know Priscilla has some more questions for you, though.
Oh boy.
Well, we were just talking about the app. Why don't you tell the listeners about your website?
Yes, getting that going now. Thebookofme.org, O-R-G, because it's a community. And on there, we have the blog on there. We have links you'll love, which I think that's kind of cool because it's just links of tons of things that I've found that are really interesting, and I keep adding to it. So I welcome submissions to that. Like I found this wonderful channel I listen to on YouTube with meditations. So I put that on there. It's things like that. So I've got just collections of stuff. There's a page with the store. And the store has, of course, my book because, I'm trying to make money. But it also has anything that our members want to submit that we could put on there that they would like to have. I even have, like free things, because I had somebody who was on my blog who had a website, a blog for travel and all. And so she has hers in there in the store, and it doesn't cost anything, but it's just another place where things are listed like that you can get. So that's kind of cool. Then of course, let's see, the blog, blah, 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 blah. Oh, and then links, laughter. I mean, the laugh one. So that's all humor stuff. It's a lot of memes and jokes and things like that.
I read on your website that you do public speaking too. What kind of do you go to? Do you talk about the book primarily, or do you talk about? Obviously, you talk about other things because you were a speaker before. What kind of speaking do you do? What are your keynotes about?
Pretty much anything in the world, actually. I've been teaching seminars and workshops for so long that I talk on any topic, but I really do enjoy talking on self-development, personal growth. I love those sorts of things. I also love talking about communication, and I do that to a lot of organizations. And in fact, I've been doing virtual keynotes with that now, and that's a lot of fun because you don't have to dress up. But well, halfway. But those kind of talks are really fun because I'm trying to get people to communicate with each other. I keep seeing that the biggest problem in the world is that we don't communicate, or when we do, we try to take the wrong translation from what somebody is saying. And it just upsets me so much that so many of the problems in our world right now are miscommunication.
Mhm.
I
Amen.
agree
Yeah.
completely.
It's hard. It's like, wait, you're just looking to be offended, folks. Stop, listen, hear what I'm really saying, and listen what's coming from my heart. And that's
Mhm.
going to make the difference, because it's, we misspeak all the time. We're human. We do that. But doggone it, people, just take it in the best possible sense first before you get all mad.
Right, right. My
I'll get off
husband
my
was talking
soapbox.
about that. In
Sorry.
fact, Priscilla and I were talking about that yesterday. I said there are people that will listen when you're talking with them, but they're so busy listening for the next opportunity for them to speak. They're
Yes.
listening to talk instead of listening to understand. And so we were talking about that yesterday. I mean, communication is so important. Yeah.
It's so true. And listening, like you're saying, it's a lost art. We're all really good at fake listening. And then somebody says, well, what do you think? And we're like, oh, crud. I haven't heard the last 3 minutes of this. We know how to nod and smile and repeat back phrases, but we're not really listening to each other anymore.
Oh yeah. You find that out when you're trying to remember what somebody said. I'm a member of Toastmasters, and that's one of the things that we practice in Toastmasters is listening. And whenever anybody asks my husband what has he learned in Toastmasters, he always says to listen more and talk less, because I always accused him of not listening to me. He's getting better though.
That
It only
that's
took 7 years. No,
he'll get the hang of it. Yeah.
yeah.
Yes, but I totally agree. My dad was 103 years old when he passed, but one of his sayings was always, "I never learned anything while I was talking." I said, "Yep,
That's
cool."
I'm looking to see who else watching. David Atwood's watching.
I know that guy. He's familiar. Wait. I've met him somewhere. He's strange. Oh wait, he's watching. Hi, honey.
Greenberg and Michael Bay Monday. Yeah, awesome. Thanks for joining us, y'all. If you have any questions for Christee, put them in the comments. Hopefully,
Pickle.
I know the live stream is like a little behind us, so hopefully we will see your questions before we're actually finished talking.
I have a question.
Okay.
You can ask a question. You are, after all, my favorite sister.
You're her only sister, right?
I know. It's great on you. Y'all have so much in common. It's a little freaky. But anyway, I wanted to share that I have been wanting to put together my vision board since I got the book. And I keep writing down notes, and then I keep changing my mind. And we talked about that before, how the book is so flexible, and you can start over if you get stuck and stuff like that. But my question, I guess, is, Christee, for you personally, do you have a vision board, and do you make changes to it, or how do you deal with that?
I do. Actually, I have a physical one, but I also have a digital one. I did it simply on PowerPoint and put pictures in there that I loved. But and then I printed one out, so I had it. But honestly, I would say that right now might not be the perfect time to complete a vision board. The world is too much in flux. We have so much going on. So instead, this would be the time to do research into yourself more. I think this would be a time to ask yourself, okay, even with all this going on around me, what is it still that makes me happy? What is it that's frustrating me? What is it that makes me worry about tomorrow? Those kinds of things, using those questions to key finding the things that bring you comfort, that bring you joy, that make you hopeful for tomorrow. That research would be best right now than actually building the physical board.
Shelley's asking, can you explain for people who aren't familiar what a vision board is?
Great question, Shelley. I'm so glad you said that. Yes, a vision board, and I want to tell you something. Some people look at it as some sort of magical thing. You put stuff up on a board, you put it on your wall, you look at it every day, and suddenly there's a Porsche in your driveway. That's not what a vision board's all about. What it is a visual representation of the things that move you, that drive you towards your goals, that make you happy. So basically what you do is you ask yourself some specific questions about what matters to you and what you want out of life. And then once you've kind of gotten the chance to really think through those questions, you just start flipping around, looking through pictures and magazines or any place you want to. I did a lot of my searching online and found, actual visuals of things that made me realize, oh, this is something that's important to me. And you start gathering them all together. And you create something that looks pretty to you so that you like looking at it. You create it physically by printing out stuff and then pasting it on the board. That's how most people do it. And then you post it somewhere where you'll see it every day. And then do what take a picture of it and keep it on your phone so you have it with you at all times. And it basically, some people will put things on there. Some people will put concepts. I've seen people put, that cabin in the woods they want to go visit. They'll put a picture of that. They'll put, family and what they want for their family in there. That they'll find pictures that represent that, and when they look at it, the pictures make them feel good. That's what a vision board is. You're just creating something to look at that makes you stop all this other junk. Oh, my picture went away, didn't it?
Yeah,
there we go. There we go. It makes you.
We can
okay.
hear you very, very well. So.
Okay. But you get this picture and you can stop all that other junk that's out there that's bombarding you and be able to stop and look at this and say, oh, that's right. That's what it was. I remember now what it was that I was really wanting and what I want to work towards. And then you're willing to take actions toward it, because some people stop at just looking at it, but actually planning moments when you can do just small steps towards those goals. That's the magic of a vision board.
That's awesome. Thank you. That's a great explanation.
Cool.
I'm inspired.
Good. I hope so. That's what I'm going for. I think, I keep talking about one of my goals in life is helping other people achieve their greatness. Because, I don't have great illusions for myself. I'm really happy. There we go. I'm really happy and everything, but the thing that makes me happiest, excuse me, sorry about that. The thing that makes me happiest is actually being able to help other people achieve the goals that they're going for and see them become all that they could be. I love that feeling.
Oh, that is the coolest thing. That is the coolest.
You get it.
Yeah, I do. Because, I do public speaking too, and I do training. And somebody asked me one time if I preferred to do online training or in person. And then do you prefer to do keynotes or workshops? And I said, I think workshops, because online, I did some online stuff, but the online stuff, you don't get that rapport and that feedback that you do when you're in person in the same room. And then the other thing is, if you're doing a keynote, you can kind of feed off of the audience, but you don't really have the interaction, especially for a larger audience. You don't really have that interaction that you do with a smaller workshop. So I get a little crazy in my workshops. Priscilla's been to a couple, so she knows.
I can't even believe how ditto that is for me. That is so strange.
I'm thinking, oh my God, we're soul sisters.
I know. I mean, I love keynotes because it's nice. It's fun to be able to go in there and wow everybody and walk out, and all that. But when you want to make that lasting difference, a workshop allows you to have that interaction that really gets people going. I have recently learned how to do that on Zoom a bit with the breakouts.
So, workshops. Any workshops surrounding the Book of Me?
I don't have any scheduled for right now. I need to do that. I could do some good Zoom ones.
A vision board party, or
yeah.
I thought about that. We thought about doing like a vision board workshop and we were going to actually invite you to that to see if we could do something. Maybe we can team up and
Let's
collaborate.
do something together. That would be a blast.
Yeah.
We could use the breakout rooms and send people into breakout rooms to go talk about their questions. They could come back and share stuff. We could have a blast with that.
She's already got the ideas. Okay, well, we need to start
Yes.
writing things down. Yeah,
That would be fun.
awesome. Let me check and make sure we don't. Okay, no more questions online. At least I. Priscilla, did you have any more questions?
I'm trying to remember. I wrote them all in my phone, and now I'm using my phone for this.
And thus we see the problem. Okay.
That's the problem with tech.
The big one that I had.
Can I show you something cool? This is
Well,
so cool.
one of the things
This morning,
you is the. I'm sorry, Christy, and I
was-
off. Go ahead. Talk.
I wanted to show you this. This morning I thought about, I was thinking about the power of journaling, and I realized I came by it honestly. This is from 1942. This is my mom's diary.
What?
And I was looking at this and going, my God, this woman she was so much more the poet than I will ever be. The stuff in here where she wants to get her first typewriter more than anything in the world so that she can write stories. But this, can I read one section from her? This is
Absolutely.
March 2nd. She was riding on a bus apparently on a Sunday, and it said, "The world looked dark and sordid until suddenly I discovered that I was looking through a window that had been frosted by the breath of many people." I was like, whoa.
That is poetic.
I mean, she was a great writer. She was wonderful. But so that's what journaling does for you. Oh my gosh. The years I was taking care of her as a caregiver, journaling kept me sane, or as sane as I ever am, because I was able to get things out of my system and write it down. I look back at those now and it's like, oh God, that's scary. And in fact, that's what one of the things I'm going to be doing is creating a book of me for caregivers.
Wow.
So yeah, and a friend of mine also is helping me with some ideas about one for survivors, for cancer survivors. So we're just going to kind of create some that have special questions that will help in those situations.
That
So
is awesome.
So looking for other ideas, submissions, co-authors, anything.
A book of me for teachers.
Oh,
Awesome, because
want to do it together?
that would have been perfect for this year with COVID.
Yes. Y'all want to do one together? For teachers, I would love to do that.
Yeah, you got the teachers here. That's what we do. So.
I'm there.
And we are different types of teachers. So, and I was going to say about the journaling. I know Priscilla can relate to this. My mom has always been a huge fan of journaling, and that's one of the things too that drew me to. I was getting ready to say that before when I interrupted you so rudely. That the little note thing on the side is a great way to like start your journaling thought for the day. When you can write the little notes in on the side of your book of me day, your calendar for the day. And so we grew up journaling. My mom's always loved to journal and turned us on to it. I'll never forget when I was younger, like preteen, I guess, and then in my teen years, I never had any friends. I never had any boyfriends. Nobody ever asked me out. Of course, in retrospect, I'll look back and say, I wouldn't have asked me out either. I was a weird kid. But journaling was something that I did, and I had all of my journals. I must have had 10 or 15 of them from my teenage years and my early 20s. I think I kind of stopped journaling a little bit when I got in the corporate world and life kind of took over. And then when my son was born, my first son, I started journaling a little bit and then was so busy I didn't keep it up. But I lost all my journals in Hurricane Isaac. And I was telling my son, I said, he's 21. And I said, oh my goodness, if you could read what the things that I wrote in my journals when I was your age, I would probably help you, or maybe not.
All that teen angst. Oh, I am the only one going through this. I really am. I promise. I know exactly. That's all my poetry. I used to write lots of poetry and people were like, are you ever happy?
Now you're talking Priscilla's language.
Uh-oh.
She was always this demure and sweet girl. And then she would write a poem and my mom and I would read it and would say, is this Priscilla? The one that she wrote some heavy poetry when she was young.
Ditto. See, I am y'all's sister, separated at birth. That's all there is to it. Yeah.
That's so awesome. Well, is there anything else that you want to share with our listeners before we end the interview?
I would just ask them, come visit, the bookofme.org, and sign up on there so that you'll get the notice when the app goes live. The app will go live within the next few days, they say. And then there will be a lack of cursing anymore from me because it's been ugly, but hopefully the app will happen. Come join us. If you get the book from Amazon, just come join us in the Book of Me group on Facebook also. We're just trying to get better together. And that's
awesome.
that's all we can do. That's fun. And that's one of the joys of being around here. And thank goodness during this very difficult time, we have that.
Mhm.
And I'm thankful for y'all at a time like this, Bless y'all for what you're doing.
Oh,
Well, most of our listeners know, but Priscilla and I started out just going to breakfast on a Wednesday together because she was going through some stuff. I was going through some stuff. And one day my husband found us huddled in a corner at my mom's house and we were both crying.
Oh.
And he said, you guys seriously should spend more time talking together. And he said, you want to go lunch or something once a week? So we decided to do breakfast. It was easier with the kids, with school, with Priscilla and all. And within 2 weeks, it was like, well, can we use what we're doing right now to help other people? It was sort of like you, right? And that was where Sensei Sisters came from. We said, if we're going to get together, let's use at least a portion of our time to talk about how we can add value to other people. We, like you, would like to do that. And so exciting to have you with us today.
So cool. This is the legacy we can all leave. This is what we set in motion and make a difference. When it comes down to it, that's what we can do, even in a time like this. Love that.
Well, guys, we're going to post the links to Christee's website, her Book of Me site, and the Amazon link to the Book of Me. Priscilla, am I forgetting anything?
We could post the link to the group.
Oh, the group. Very good. Very good. And so you guys be sure to sign up for Christee's email. And again, thank you, Christee, for being here.
I appreciate it so much, the opportunity. Y'all are awesome. Love what y'all are doing.
Awesome. All right, to everybody watching, thanks for joining us today. Make sure that you make yourself a priority.
And take care of you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Okay, now I got to figure out how to.
Oh, we lost Christee.